Eric Martin with Board Game Geek. I'm here with Lorenzo Silva from Horrible Games.
Yeah.
Now on your own.
Yeah. Now I am on my own.
On your own. And with your own design, comics.
Yeah.
This,
can I start?
If you want,
Okay.
I was going to say. What led you to the game?
What?
What led you to create the game? Maybe you have an overview of how to play.
It was a long time that I had in mind a game about comics, and I was sure that it was possible to create a story only using panels.
Okay.
So 2 years ago I met an Italian comic artist, and so he is now a friend of mine, so he helped me with sketches because it was really hard to make a prototype with my artist ability.
Yes.
So
Circle.
yeah, yeah. And so in the end, we saw that it was possible to create stories just using images like panels.
Okay.
And in comics, that is pure storytelling game where players have to create their own stories and they have to tell to the other players. And in the game, each player receives one storyboard that is empty, and you can. It's not live.
It is live.
Okay.
But when we put it on the game page later on BTG.
Ah, okay, yeah.
So we have our own storyboard.
Okay.
Panels.
Each player have a storyboard, and the game is played in 3 rounds, and each round there will be one story for each player.
Okay.
Each player choose one color, that is one character. I want to be the superhero. And you also take the token to mark the scores.
Okay.
You are, yeah, it's okay. And we have to decide in the beginning a title. We can create a title or use one of the suggested titles. And the title is a guideline to help us creating the story. Then we receive 12 cards.
Okay. Which are all double-sided here.
Yeah, all the cards have 2 sides, and all the cards are completely different. So we have 300 different artwork in the game. And
so we choose a title that all of us work on.
For example, the big day.
Big day. Okay.
Okay.
And then we flip the timer.
The timer is only used when the first player finish.
Okay.
Turn the send timer, and the other player have only 90 seconds left.
Okay.
Okay. And you have to create the story, placing the panels on. Whoa! I have a superhero story here. Okay. I just did something really random to show you what is possible. I finish, I turn the send timers, but you have been very fast.
Yes.
And from the first player, you have to show the story to the other player.
Actually, this way it'll be visible to people.
And tell it. So for example, there was a very evil robot that was destroying the city. So a man decided to learn Kung Fu, from an ancient master. And he became very strong, and he decided to face the evil robot, and he go with a sword fighting with the robot, but the robot was too strong, broke the sword, and in the end everything exploded. Okay, so that's a completely random story, but it's possible to do everything. Just you have to use your imagination. So this is not a game for everyone.
Right.
Many people hate storytelling games. Other people loves it. So this is for the people that loves the storytelling game.
Okay. And then what do we use these for?
This is the cool mechanic of the game. Every player have 5 tokens that represent three aspects of a story. So we have two neutral tokens, one token that you have to give to the story that you think is the most original.
Okay.
This one is for the story that is the most emotional, and this one is for the, I don't know how to say in English, the story with the best flow. Okay,
Let's get the gears.
Yeah,
It works.
yeah, it works.
Yeah.
So you have to give one of these tokens on each story in play, your own story included.
Okay.
So you have to validate your own story too. So, for example, in a 4-player story, I will give like this. I do a random.
Yes.
I don't know what will happen. I hope it will work.
Okay.
Okay, like this. When all the votes, when you give all the votes, you reveal the tokens for all the players. And first thing to do is to remove the neutral tokens that are nothing.
Okay.
Then you check for each one of the symbols who have the consensus. For example, this one is the most emotional story, so this token is discarded.
Okay.
Okay. This one is the best working story, so this is discarded. So this is the best original story. Sorry.
Yes.
And now we have to check points. So you were the who was your character? This one. Okay, so you get 2 points because you received 2 points plus 2 points for each one of your tokens that remains on the other player's story.
Part of the majority.
Yeah, because you was in the majority.
Okay.
So you voted correctly.
Okay.
Okay. So you, in this case, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
Okay. So that's a very easy way, but you have to be honest. And so you will vote for your story only
If you're not honest in the storytelling game, then
yeah,
that's
that's
kind of pointless.
so you play 5 rounds like this, 3 rounds like this, so 3 stories,
Okay.
and then the player with more points wins.
Okay.
It's very easy, and it's possible to play from 3 player to 10 players. So it can also be a party game.
Right. All right. Thanks for the review, Lorenzo.